Good morning, children. Today it is physics class. Okay, we saw about the chapter force and pressure. We saw that what is meant by force first, and then the difference between motion and force. So, what is force? The force is nothing but an external application done to move the objects, or I can also tell it as for an object to be in motion, force is required. So motion is different. Only when there is force, motion is possible, right? We discussed an example of a desk which is in the stationary position for some years. Okay? If I wanted the desk to be in motion, I have to apply the force. I have to drag the bench. Only then the desk will be moved and it will be in motion. Then we saw how to calculate the net force. If the forces are acting in the same direction, I add the forces. If they are acting in the opposite direction, I will subtract it. And on the whole, if the net force is 0, I call upon the forces as balanced force, and if they are not equal to 0, I call upon them as unbalanced force. So, today we are going to see the next topic of types of forces. Okay, my dear children, I am going to discuss the various forces in detail. This is a flowchart of the types of forces. I first classify the forces as contact force and non-contact force. Okay, my dear children, I call the forces as contact and non-contact. Contact. What is the meaning, contextual meaning of the word contact? It means in touch. Okay, contact means touch. In touch with the object. In touch. So, the forces which act in contact with the objects will be called as contact forces. What are the contact forces? Muscular force and frictional force. What is meant by muscular force? The same example which we considered of dragging a desk which was in the same position for some years. I apply the force through my hand by holding the desk, and I'm just dragging it with the help of my hand. So my hand and the object desk is in contact. So the hand is made up of muscles, so I give the name that as muscular force. The force which results due to the action of muscles. Okay? The next contact force is frictional force. Frictional force means, what is meant by friction? Friction means urasal. In Tamil they tell it as urasal. Okay, so this is a desk. Okay, if this is a desk, when I see the surface of the desk, it appears to be smooth. But actually the surface will not be smooth. It will be made up of some irregularities like this. When I view through a microscopic view. Yes or no? Because the desk is made up of wood. Is wood a smooth object? No. After some polishing and furnishing works done, I get the smoothness of the desk. Initially the wood will be having some irregularities on the surfaces, or like some peaks or some kind of damages on the surface of the wood. If I wanted to hold any object griply, there should be friction. If there is no friction, all the objects will slide down. Okay, if I am walking on a granite floor, only if there is friction between the floor and my foot, then I can walk properly without skidding. Otherwise, if there is no friction, I cannot at all walk. I will skid down and fall. So, friction is a very important word. We are going to learn this in detail in our next chapter. You have a separate chapter for frictional forces. Okay, so friction means there is a grip. The grip provided to all the objects which are present in the world to do their activities like moving or in rest. If, for example, you are sitting in a desk, only if you have friction between your body and the desk, you can sit properly. If there is no friction, you would slide down. Okay, so this frictional force is always opposite to the direction of force. If this is the force, okay, this is a desk and I am pushing it, means but this is my force, the applied force by me. The frictional force will always act in the opposite direction. Only if it acts in the opposite direction, I will have the grip to hold the desk and drag it. If the friction is also occurring in the same direction of my application of force, then what will happen? The object will not be moved. So this is a very important point, that frictional force opposes the motion of an object. It opposes the applied force. Okay, the direction in which I am putting an external force and in which the frictional force will obviously present in all the objects, they both share the opposite direction. That is a very important point. Next, it acts between the surface of the object and the ground. Yes, between all the if any two surfaces are in contact. Okay, rub your hands now. Slowly first. After a few minutes, faster. Could you feel some warmthness inside your hand? Yes. Then that is because of your friction. So friction will always occur whenever two surfaces are in contact. Okay. So the desk and the ground is in contact. So the friction. My hand and the pen is in contact. So there is friction and that is why I hold it griply. Okay. So these are the two types of contact forces. Yeah. So the next type of force is non-contact force. As the name indicates, what does it mean? That is, the object are not in contact. So what could be the forces of such type? Gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. Do you agree with me that these three are examples of non-contact force? We experience gravity. Yes. Is there any physical contact or physical touch between these forces, between the object and the gravity? No, right? Magnetic force. Magnets, whenever you bring two magnets together, the like poles will attract and unlike poles will, unlike poles attract and like poles repel. That is your property of magnet. Is there any contact between the two magnets, my dear children? Obviously, no. Yeah? Alright. So now these three are the classification of non-contact force. So gravitational force is nothing but the downward attractive force acting on all the objects of the earth. Next, magnetic forces. Consider the example of two magnets and the property of magnet. We have learnt in our lower grades the properties of magnet. Property number 1, like poles repel. Property number 2, unlike poles attract. Okay, so like a magnet will have two poles, north and south. If it is of north and north, they will repel. Whereas if it is of like north and south, unlike poles, different poles, so they attract. So that is what attraction or repulsion between the poles of the magnet. Now what is this electrostatic force? We have never come across this word in a lower grade. So it is a new one to us. But we know this already. There is a word electro. Okay. So it refers to electricity. Okay, my dear children. Electrostatic force means electrical force. Okay. So now, to understand this better, consider the example of take a comb in your hand, okay? Comb in your hand and you have applied oil to your hair. So, you are combing your hair now. So, will the oil be applied to the comb now? Do you agree? Yes, so the comb is applied with the oil. And now, whenever you bring the comb to some pieces of paper, will the pieces of paper get attracted towards the comb? Yes, this is a very small experiment which you have done in your small ages, right? So that is because of the electrical forces, that is the charged bodies. Due to the rubbing action by combing your hair with the comb, there is some kind of action. Combing is done, right? So combing means the charge is given to the comb. Charging is done. Okay. So the pieces of paper will not carry any charge. So I can give the name to the pieces of paper as uncharged bodies. So charged and uncharged bodies are brought near means what will happen? They will attract. Right? Yeah. So the next example let us consider. Have you experienced like whenever you wear any new clothes made of silk and you could see some bursting sounds like small lighting sound? Yes, that is also because of the charges. Okay, now take a glass rod or something, a glass scale in your hand. Okay, you are going to rub it with a silk cloth in your hand. If you have any old silk clothes, please do rub it in the glass rod. So now due to the rubbing action, the glass rod will acquire charge. And whenever you bring it near to any uncharged body, the charged rod and the uncharged body will attract, and that is your electrostatic force. So forces between the charged and uncharged body. All the objects around us are uncharged initially, my dear children. We make them charged by either rubbing action or combing or some kind of actions. So the reaction between charged and uncharged bodies will lead to your electrostatic force. Are you clear, my dear children, with the types of forces? So these 5 forces are your types of force, and you need to learn this flow chart. I have sent you the pic. Please do refer it and learn and write it once. This is a 5-mark question. Thank you, children. See you in the next class.